There is only one rule on Briar Lane. At 11 o'clock, every light on this street goes out. The house that forgot is the one at the end.
There is only one rule on Briar Lane, and no one who has lived here long has ever needed to be reminded of it. At 11 o'clock on Halloween night, every porch light goes dark. We are a friendly street, and that is the part I would ask you to hold on to, because people always assume a place like this must feel wrong somehow, and it does not. The Kowalskis hand out full-size candy bars. The man at the corner puts a bowl of dog treats on his step for the dogs that come by with their families. Children run up and down this sidewalk until their parents call them in. And for 4 hours every October, the whole road smells like wood smoke and wet leaves and somebody's chili. Then the porch lights start towing out, one after another, all the way down the block, and by 11 o'clock, Briar Lane is as dark as the inside of a closed hand. We do not talk about why. That is the strange thing about a rule at all. It gets handed to you, where a recipe does, from the person who lived here before you, and you follow it for so many years that the reason underneath it wears smooth, and you stop reaching for it. The Whitefields moved into number 14 in July, and they were lovely people, and I mean that. She brought me tomatoes from her garden. He fixed my gate without being asked, and would not take $1 for it. I told him that, the rule in August, standing right there on their walk, with the tomatoes in my hands, and I watched them do the thing everyone does. They smiled at me. They said what a wonderful old tradition, and how much they loved a neighborhood with character, and she laughed a little, and I did not blame her for laughing. At 11:10, their light was still on. I stood at my window in the dark and watched their bright little square of porch, and I could see her through the storm door with the candy ball in her arm, and I understood exactly why she had not turned it off, because there was one more child still coming up the walk. The child came up the path the way a tired child does at the end of a long night, and it stopped under the porch lamp, and it stood there without saying the word, small, silent. Then it lifted its head. There were no eyes, there was no nose, and there was no mouth. There was nothing at all but smooth, pale skin pulled tight over the front of its skull, and it turned that blank face up into the light and held it there the way you hold a photograph up to a window when you are trying to see what is on it. She screamed, and I remember thinking that was the worst thing she could have done, because now it knew where she was standing. Then out past the last house where the pavement gives up and the woods start, something very large began to growl. Then came a howl, and it went up and up until it broke, and there was something in the breaking of it that did not sound like an animal at all. The child on the porch turned toward the dark, and the werewolf came out of the trees. They think it is hunting them. Everybody does, the first time. That is Marcus Bell. He lived at number 22 with his wife and his mother, and 11 years ago, he left his porch light on for one more child. The lights did not go out to hide us from the thing in the woods. The thing in woods was one of us, and he comes back every single year to stand in the road and warn the house that broke the rule, because that is all he has left of being a man. The ones who come up the walk have no faces because they have not taken one yet, and they cannot take what they cannot find, and a lit porch is simply the easiest way to be found. She turned the light off. I watched her do it. She was 13 seconds late. Her husband found her standing in her own front hall in the dark, and he said her name twice,
Sarah.
And when she turned around there was nothing on the front of her head at all. Marcus is not alone out there anymore.